Hi everybody. Okay, so welcome to this place if you are new, and welcome back if you're returning. So it's still, it is still, I spoke so fast there. Mercury's finally like, goo. It is still September, middle of September, getting closer to the end. And the initial intention was for now. We're going to look at all of the signs and see via the major arcana what message Spirit has for you. You could also look at it like your higher self, or some bigger lesson that you're working through, bigger experience, I guess. Because I do sense collectively this reading also is connecting to decision making and communication and changes, and especially if there's any place where, you know, one is considering, you know, how these kinds of things create our physical world. And of course we want to feel confident and clear about however things are changing, because they sort of always are. You know, this Wheel of Fortune doesn't ever stop moving. I suppose we're just on a different place on the wheel, right? So we will be looking through each sign. Again, we'll look at the major arcana. I also chose a character that will be of service, help. We're going to look at what is helpful versus what's a problem, unless for some reason that pops up, and then we'll deal with it. And then I also chose another extra card just to see. That's a combination of the major and minor, so we'll see how that goes with that. Alrighty. You could also look at this, you know, depending, readings take a lot longer to move through than just in that moment, even if it's relevant. Things connect to the future too, right? But you could also look at, we're also, I sense, looking at this into October time for everyone. So, and we'll go into some individual readings once we get a little closer. I'm still traveling, so. Alrighty. So let's jump in. Since it is technically September, let's look at Virgo and see what's going on there. What do we have? 240. Actually, Virgo, you want to take 15 seconds? Maybe close your eyes. That was 30 seconds. No big deal. Felt good, right? Virgo, let's see what's going on. What's your major arcana? Oh, the Lovers. Wow. Beautiful. In this deck particularly, this is a very happy energy. It's supportive relationships. Spirit is a part of them, which is beautiful. There's like, you could feel the purpose behind it. Even if you can't see them, it's like you can feel that everything is moving together. All right, let's see your person of service. Oh, King of Swords. Okay. Awesome. So an air person could be helpful. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. King of Swords is looking over here. Let's see what they're looking at. Oh my goodness, the Ace of Cups. Wow, Virgo. Beautiful. Okay, I just instantly, we just saw how beautiful it was, and then I instantly went to like, and my brain did a little like, meh. Sometimes things are perfect just the way they are. Some things just, at least in that moment, like it doesn't need a whole bunch of fixing. You know what I mean? Like when it's good, it's good. And I guess whatever is good, because it's showing me very positive energy, then hold that, you know, be a part of that. I would say for this Libra season, as we're moving forward, and happy birthday, by the way. I hope you had a good birthday, wherever the light shone in your Virgo part of you. And I actually feel like this retrograde was helpful for you also. You might have received some kind of information that feels really good, or like some kind of conversations, relations have been feeling really good. I like that the King of Swords is looking at the Ace of Cups. So some of you, there's an air sign that really loves you. This is also particularly a masculine energy that's incredibly intelligent. I mean, air is masculine anyhow, but we'll take it kind of literally with this king. And now if this is you, because you are ruled by Mercury, which is sort of airy, if you will, and you have lovers, it's this, there's a lot of mercurial energy here. So again, there's this, if it's you, then be receptive to the love also, like you being this person. It's, I mean, sharing your mind is probably one way that you show love, right? Because you wanna share like the good news. That's why you're not supposed to be on the mountain too long. You're supposed to be with other people. And wherever any of you have, like, I don't know, like, how do I see it? Just a minute. Well, someone receives some sort of approval for something. And because of that, now they can take this next step. I feel like there's some really awesome conversations, lovers, and the King of Swords. If there's any conversation you need to have, this could be in any ways of defining something, love or business. I really feel like the end result of that is incredibly positive. I could also see this looking like 6 months ahead, a year ahead, to next year. What do you love to do? Like, what puts your mind at ease so that you just feel also, you know, where you don't have to, like, figure out the answer exactly, but, like, I guess what brings you peace is also something. I feel like someone finds their peace, or this air energy, this person, there's actually a lot of people here, but there's peace in that. I heard thank you. Okay, that's really beautiful. Whatever relationships you have now, right now going on, are like incredibly positive. Like you can just sense like what it is. No need to pick anything apart. Okay. I mean, you'll know if you ever needed to do that. But this is like, you know, you don't have to worry about the rug being swept under, or like not being understood or something like that. People love you very much. There's a lot of love between people. Okay. All right, we're going to take our time and start at 9 for Libra. Hi, Libra. Let's take 20 seconds. I feel excited. Okay. It was like calmly excited or excitedly peaceful. I don't know. Libra, what's up? So happy birthday. Happy birthday, Libra. Wherever Libra, the light will be shining in the Libra part of you. Let's see what's going on with Spirit. What do you have? Oh, you have the Death card. Okay, so big changes here. What's the next one? The Knave of Clubs or the Page of Clubs. Oh, and the Four of Wands. Wow. Oh, so everything's moving right in a line. Oh, I heard you're going towards your destination. I heard it. What's that? Inside Out Man? What? Inside Out Man. Your jokes are funny. They're so multi-layered. Someone's really multi-layered and they're really, and it's funny. Good. Good. Let's see. You have 2 4s here. 44. Okay, so pages can be any element, as in a person that is of service to you. But particularly this is fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag. We also have 4 of Wands, more fire. I feel like your 4th house is really emphasized. So we're talking about home and where you live, and your spouse if you're married. It's who. There's something changing in the home. This could be like creating some kind of creative space within the home. Could be shifting. Some of you could literally move home. I feel like that's not a rush. There's also something about spring, or when we get into your opposing energy. Oh, I forgot to mention that. This is perfect for you. I feel like some of you watch the whole thing. So I almost feel like the way I set up the cards was like the mirror of each other. It was like Virgo and Pisces. Now it would be like Libra and Aries, you know? So looking at that mirror side of you, the Aries energy will be helpful. Scorpio is also your neighbor, so that could be a thing as well. Either way, both of these express Mars energy, which is about a forward momentum. And actually, oh, perfect, Libra. I love it. Isn't it nice when it just like boop 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 boop? You know, maybe there's a little bit of this, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, tick 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 tick. It all goes together. Okay, good. Oh, this could also be a place of business for some of you. Like in the future, it'd be like, oh, it's something about a piece of, I guess it's something about a piece of property, or where people, it's a place where people gather. Just a minute. The person that whoever this Knave of Clubs is to you, also has gone through a lot. And so, any really close relations, again, the really smaller circle, is really they're very vibrant. Someone's vibrant. There's a good outlook on the future here. I feel like people are looking the same way. And I see again things are coming together. But I suppose with a bit of death, there must be like saying goodbye to something. You know what I mean? But this is a natural thing. It's almost like bye leaves, you know, or like bye bird. It's not, you know, and then it's like hi. Oh, Taurus talked about this. Hi, bye, but not tripping about whatever that is. I mean, it could be something really small. For some of you, this may be something kind of big. So it's kind of leaving something, whatever this means, even if it's, again, just in that moment, big or small, where someone has a really good perspective on not being afraid and actually being really open to the changes. This is a very creative energy. You know, the Page of Wands is like very, well, it's a very, very creative energy. So again, your creative place in your home is really important. You want to make sure that there's a place for like your inner child in the home, you know what I mean? Or like people's, again, creative spaces are really significant, especially if you live with another person. You want to make sure that there's something, because it'll actually make your relationships better too. some of you, there's such a focus here, but it's not a rushing focus. It's just like everything, I really feel like everything's starting to line up. And it's like someone's been looking forward to something. And now it's becoming more of a reality. This could also be creative visualization about what you are wanting to change, or again, the changes that you're becoming a part of. You know, because sometimes death to people is like a really scary card, but I don't feel that way for you. It's kind of like, even if that was that energy, that's more of a past energy. Because it's like someone got a new skin or something like that. Something about this November, December, April. November, December, March, April. Okay. All right, Scorpio, we're going to start at 17, 20 seconds, okay? 19 seconds. Remember, one of your de-stressors is drag, well, I don't know if it's quite dragon's breath, but it's the out energy. I feel like Scorpio can blow out a lot, like, remember that? It'll move the energy inside of you, okay? If you ever get stuck or it feels a little stagnant. Right, you got fire on one side, you get air on the other. It's dry in there. And you're the desert, right? So, Scorpio, let's see what's going on. What's your message from Spirit or your higher self? Okay, Moon. We have Page of Cups, the Knave of Cups. Oh, and the Knight of Pentacles. So this page represents a person that's helpful. It's interesting you ended up with another person. I feel like both of these are you. So you are the most helpful to you in this time. Now this is a little bit of a blind spot, especially if you're a Scorpio sun or wherever the sun will shine in that part of you shortly, right? Some of you have to say sorry to yourself so that maybe you can... Okay, this reminds me of an old reading. I think it's when Opal Oracle, we had like it was like our 2-year or 3-year anniversary, so that's been a while because it's about to be 7 years in January. So there was this reading where you were going through and sorting out all this inner energy of these different elements. So and therefore different people in your life, and forgiving them, right? Working through whatever the emotional stuck or unknowing or confusion was about it, because you're trying to find clarity in yourself, right? Then it got into the stage where part of that message was, it's interesting, it's coming through so clearly. It's like, then it was like, okay, what do you have to do now? And it's like, you have to forgive yourself. You have to accept, okay, I know this is hard. Scorpio loves answers, right? I have Mercury in Scorpio. I get it. I love trying to figure out the answer to things. Even if I don't know what it means, it's like I try. It's detective, right? But the thing is that some things don't have an answer. You can make up an answer if you want. but it doesn't necessarily mean that like that's the ultimate answer, or it's going to feel like an actual answer, because it's just coming from you versus this confirmation and from something else. And even if we're going all the way to spirit, it's like spirit may be giving you messages that some of you don't understand them. You're like, what? Look at this little face. Oh, I wish you could go in. So try not to figure out the answer right now. You want to figure out, you want to focus on where you are really steady right now. Okay? Those parts of your shadow that you have harnessed. Wait a second. Oh, there's a dual message. Interesting. Hold on, Scorpio. Okay, we said that earlier, something about you being of service to yourself, right? Yes, that's a part of it. Then we talked about all the things we talked about. Then we get into the stage where it's like, okay, focus on the steady, focus on the good, focus on this. Once you get there, there's no need to go back and keep asking the same questions in relation to the same thing, because either there isn't an answer or you already received an answer. I guess the answer is always there, but sometimes we don't want to hear it, so we keep pretending like that's not the answer, right? Like, for instance, something could be like, everything's all good, you're steady, you're solid, this and that, and be like, am I steady, am I solid, am I good? Right? So in that sense, you're not very helpful to yourself. It's not, Spirit actually in some ways wants you to not know the answer to something, but to keep moving forward and to feel steady upon that, not to be stuck. You don't want to be stagnant in this time, because there could be like, I feel like for some of you there's a little bit of push and pull energy where it's like, all right, I don't feel good about that, which is a good acknowledgement. 2222. Or you know that something has been completed, right? We're about to get to your birthday. Your birthday and your energy in general is all about constantly shedding and letting go. Sometimes that's physical, very much so, and has been in your life, people, places, and things. But it's for you, you're water, and you're very strong water. So the letting go has a lot to do with residual emotional energy, wherever that comes from. Some of you, that comes deep back into childhood, this moon and the child, right? Or your children or your grandchildren, whatever you're connecting this to. I heard it all comes back to you. So I heard when you're stressing about somebody else, whatever you think that is, try to, like focusing too much over there, then try to ask yourself like what you need. I'd like one more card. All right, we don't need it. Did we say what we needed to say? It all depends on what you focus on, okay? Just remember that. I know it seems simple, but really, when I look at this Knight of Pentacles, I was like, this is a knight on a beautiful black stallion. His armor's all shiny. He's confident. His threads are like clean and taken care of. Like, things are where they are. There's a beautiful vantage point. It's being grateful for right now and being able to work through, you know, to not look at the future with fear. Okay? That's where we close that. Okay. Thank you, Scorpio. Yeah. I would like 30 seconds, Sag. Let's take that. Ready? All right, Sag, let's look at what message Spirit wanted to share. Okay, the Devil. Could talk about that. What's your next card? Who's of service here? Oh, you have the King of Earth. And what's he looking at? 6 of Wands. Wow. Just a minute. I see it's important to feel good in the now. This person here, someone's really proud of someone for what they have worked through. It's interesting, all the energy seems to be flowing, like, thus far. Where it's like, okay, there was a thing, and then we move along, and then we move along. It's and what is in front, or like what is beyond, seems to be very positive. I suppose with Devil energy, well, health is important. Paying attention to your health, paying attention to your finances, right? Libra rules checks and balances. That's why paper is lined to take account of numbers. So maybe there's some kind of paperwork that's needing to be done. I would say finances are a thing. Maybe some of you want to look over this, get really practical. It's interesting. Oh, Libra helps you a lot with that, right? It's a sextile. So it could be looking over, like, maybe some of you have been working really hard and now you're considering taking what you have created, and some of you that took a lot to get to this place, like, you had to overcome a lot of fear to be here. And because this King of Earth is a very reliable, steady, financially responsible person, and that is in your life right now. And the premise of this pip, or this court card that I chose for everyone, was a person that is of service. So some of you, this person could actually help you with work, particularly. They could also be, I guess with 6 of Wands is sort of a marriage card, so there could be something really good in ways of, again, like connections, business or otherwise. I could also see that people understand, like, I think maybe some folks have a little bit of a fear of money, but that's also something that's being worked through. Like, maybe it's like a poverty mentality, like, oh, I can't do that because it's too expensive, or I don't know, we're just blowing money and for whatever, about, just being frivolous, having 6 of something when you really only need 1. I heard, who paid for your wedding? Interesting. What else we got going on, Sag? Well, back to it, because lately I've been really looking at things optimistically and only touching on really problems when it's actually a problem, or it keeps getting my attention and then it's discussed. I guess with devil, since we're talking to a lot of people, this could also be where some of you may feel tied to things in the physical world in certain ways. And that, I suppose, could be feeling a little bit heavy, or maybe there's concern for some of you around money. But I feel like it's more of a fear with this king of, you literally, he's the king of money. It's like, I feel like it's more of a mentality or a feeling that's interrupting the, if you're having a lack of a flow of abundance or something. It's, although I sense that this is again being worked through. Oh, I saw the word what's it called? Tidings or tithings? What's that mean? Something like, well, a person can do what they want, but it's also really beautiful when they give of their time, which is, in essence, that's money too. Like, it's, I heard it's not just helping me, it's helping you. I sense you're a little bit more of the Six of Wands, where you're also like, I'll do, like, I can do it. And that's a good energy for you, especially coming out of this Saturn energy. So realize also that you do have help. You know, actually, the devil could have been where some of you had to work through some codependency issues at some kind of way or another, or addiction even with this earth energy. Again, it's could be going back to this healthy, more healthy energy, more healthy mentality, healthy body, etc. I feel like we've been talking about that for a while. I also want you to realize where your strong and steady relationships are in your life. That really is the focus. And actually, you're sort of supposed to be, it's like present and future. Present and future. Maybe there's a present in the future. Versus just... I feel like if you look at just the now, you may get stuck in like a pit. So, oh, that reminds me of the looking far away, as far as you can away. In your house, wherever you are, just find a distance point and stare at it and be quiet for a second, because you'll be able to come back into your body to feel more steady as you go along. It will replenish your energy too. Okay. Capricorn, I love 3333, so let's do that. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Capricorn. Oh, Sun card. Your energy did just shift. Good. Love it. Love it. Good, Capricorn. What's your second one? You get the, in this deck, this is the Knight of Money, but he is, I actually think he's a bit of earth and fire there. So fire folks, earth folks are helpful. Oh, and the World. Wow. Okay, so you ended up with two majors. So the Sun is this message from Spirit. I just chose from the majors. Do we just say that? I'm excited. Well, Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's the brightest and warmest card in the deck, right? So that's shining wherever Virgo is in your like Virgo, Libra. That there's something about that that's becoming brighter. This is also you as an individual, like oh, you're not afraid of your shadow right now. Good. You're not afraid of the shadow. And it's warm. Hold on. I keep seeing the Ace of Cups, Virgo energy. Okay, so this is funny. The two people in the Sun card are just cute. It's like they're playing their own game in a way. You know when you're with someone, or like and you it's not like forgetting what's around, but it's like you get in your own little zone, as if you're just in that little world with them playing. You know what I mean? That's a bit of what it feels like, which I suppose has no fear around it, right? There's no like worry about time. It's just like, okay, it's daytime. I heard then it's supper time. it's these kinds of time versus stressing about things. Oh, there's a meeting in the middle. Oh, people are so happy. Yeah, people are so happy to see one another. Oh, you're feeling more confident about your intuition and trusting more on where you're going. This person also, this could be Aries, Leo, Sag. I also see Taurus, Virgo, and you Capricorn too. Those kinds of people are... Oh, I feel like this is kind of you, actually. Oh, so you're helpful to yourself also. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, right? This is you being helpful. I feel like there's a guiding light within you. Like there's a light behind you that's illuminating the path, but because it's behind you, again, it's creating the shadow that you're not afraid of. Because you don't have your head down, you have your head up, looking forward, right? It's like I heard keeping your eyes on the prize. And if you ever do get lost, the shadow actually helps you, because the way you're supposed to go is in line. You're supposed to follow. The sun is going to guide you. And so if you ever get lost, then you just look to your shadow, and that's your compass. Not when it's sideways, but when it's right in line, when you can't tell the difference. Interesting. I hope that made sense. There's like a portal. I feel like some of you are stepping into, like, there's some kind of new stage in your world. And it's really positive. I don't know if it'll focus right, but like this face here, so happy. And then like this face, like she's looking at him, he's looking at her. It's so, they're looking at each other in such a positive way. And with the Sun card too, this is really positive changes. It's walking into something with such good energy too. It's like good energy that's backing you. You can feel it in your body. And again, you're not afraid of whatever it is. In ways of the next steps. I feel like these little portals are all over the... It's like they're in the sky, or like... I don't know how to explain it. There are lots of them. Maybe each person gets one of these. You're going to run into somebody. There's such beautiful connections here too. I mean, this could be your children, your lover, like your friends, whatever. It's kind of like overall energy that's incredibly positive, Capricorn. Good. Right? What did we say? See, it all works out. Do we need to worry? Sun card. Nope. Right? And this night, moving forward, like it's like a steady, confident pace. Like whenever this wants to move, it's like someone's really figuring out more of the pace of something. Maybe it's just themselves, you know, not needing to like rush to the end of the line, or there's like this observational energy. And really something catches somebody's eye and it's so beautiful. Like maybe you'll just see something too when you're out and about. I don't know. It could be through the shadows, or just there's something bird. I don't know. The clouds. But it would be less of something that's on the ground. You want to be, I heard, looking around. Okay? And I feel like there's also something where people are getting on the same page too. It's like it's really connective, but it's not like overlapping and messy. It's just like creative together. Like, yeah, oh, of course, we're both going the same way, right? That kind of thing. Good. Good, Capricorn. Very optimistic. Thank you. Alrighty. Dun dun dun. Let's take 30 seconds, Aquarius. Are you ready? Alright, let's see. So we have 3 cards. One from Spirit, one that's a person that will be of service, and an extra little one to see what's going on. Let's see, Aquarius. Oh, Magician. You're the first one that's looking the other way, of course. You're so different. Who's your person of service? Queen of Cups. Of course you're going to do something different. Knight, Page of Wands. Oh, it goes like this. Interesting, Aquarius. So this Queen of Cups is air energy and water energy. I feel like this is more Cancer. Well, hold on a second. What is the message from Spirit? Gemini, Capricorn. Gemini and Capricorn. Oh, if you have children, speak kindly to your children. Observe them. Be in awe. Be in awe of that which is outside of you. That is the message, Aquarius. Be in awe. I also see Spirit, if you, however you define that for yourself, is also going to teach you something soon. And it's because you're receptive to learn. Interesting. I'm also feeling this Queen of Cups, this air-water energy, as kind of like, both of these sort of seem like Spirit. I mean, it could be like your family that's passed over too, but still, there's something where something creative is coming back to you, or like, I keep seeing someone saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. And there's receptivity here. Like, everything's looking together. Okay. Now, I don't know if there may be a test. I suppose there could be with this page. So fire energy is actually, so Aries, Leo, Sag. That is the energy that needs to be like observed or you are learning about it. This could be people, this could be that which is in your map. I also see Mercury is something that's quite significant. Maybe some of you had a dream or like an idea, and now you're ready again to learn about something new or to go to a next stage of something. And I feel like it's because you're ready, and so you want to be really, someone needs to be really receptive, or they are. I feel like they are really receptive. And they do well even if there is a test. I feel like someone passes the test because they're not worried about losing it. Okay? It's like, it's not just purely fun, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to scrap it because I don't care. It's like, no, I want to be a part of this. I'm excited to learn. I want to go to the next stage of it. And I heard someone say, can you help me? And they're like, of course I can. And then I heard someone ask, what do you think? This is definitely learning from people that are probably younger than you also. Could be something the Spirit is suggesting. Right? Again, look at that which is outside of you. And view it as creatively. View it as, like, observe it. I heard, again, be in awe of it. There's certainly some there is some homework as you go along, because this is an advancement. There's homework there. So, well, I guess if you have any questions in relation to that, then it's all good. This is definitely being including too, or I don't know. I feel like inclusive is a like a double negative. This includes everybody. You know, even if, for instance, this was like, well, how do I see this? Like, this is not exclusive. And then again, I heard, what do you think? Okay. Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Do you want to just take a few minutes? Well, like 30 seconds. Actually, I'm going to grab some tea. I'll be right back. Thanks for being patient. Oh man, is your thighs, somebody's like thighs sore? Like when I get up, I'm so stuck. Or hip, left hip. Okay, Pisces, you want to stretch it out? Someone needs a little catch up on rest. Oh, Libra is your adjustment time. Okay. Let's see your message from Spirit. Oh, very strongly Spirit. We have the Judgment cards. We have an angel. What do they want to say? Who's helping you? Knave of Swords. So a little air energy. And what's your last one? Oh my goodness, the Magician. Aquarius had the Magician also. Okay, so you have 2 majors, I have 3. Let's see. every person has their own... Oh, this is interesting. I don't know. We're just going to say what I see, okay? There's something like... certain people have certain... it's like every person has their own spirit. Everyone has their own helper with that spirit. But there's also something where spirit's stronger when people come together. Someone's been praying about something. Someone's prayers have been heard. Someone's prayers have been heard. Huh. I also see that one person has three, like three helpers. And sometimes multiple people have the same spirit. What am I talking about? Pisces, you're always so trippy. Oh, I forgot to mention, looking up at your opposite Virgo, I feel like that would be helpful in this time. We'll do a little Libra mirror energy, okay? Well, something's very clear now. Maybe some of you were grieving something also. There could have literally been a death for some of you, but either way, it felt like that. It's like with the Page of Swords, like something had to be cut out. You know what I mean? And learned mentally to be able to pass the test, to get out of it, to be able to explain it, or have the time in between to be able to connect with it without becoming overly emotional. You see? And I feel like, because technically the knaves, which is the pages, can be any element. And this is what is of service to you, so you almost have all the people in different elements. Someone sacrificed a lot here in the past. They've sacrificed a lot. Like, even put their life on hold sometimes. I mean, did it all line up to the path and the way it's supposed to be? I suppose. But it's like someone's dedicating themselves to something different now. Like, or they're dedicating themselves to something. And whatever that difference is something that comes from understanding what it was. And again, I feel like someone had been praying about something for so long. But maybe they just felt like, oh, no one hears me. Or like, maybe I'm not being heard is the question, or what I see. But then it's kind of like, beyond spirit, I see, why do we, I guess a person learns to not care. What is this looking up at? Gemini and Scorpio. So this is I guess what are we talking about? I guess there's a bit of mediumship, but it's less trying to bring the dead back to life. It's more of recognizing the connection just to that which you cannot see. You know? Or even explain. Didn't we talk about this recently? Like the magic? Like when you realized how magical you were? Your power of prayer too is huge. It's huge. You kind of rule over prayer. Especially that which is silent. You don't need words, right? It's like when you're tripping face, like you realize like there's no words that need to be said. It's all not for it to exist. I mean, words are beautiful, and that is a part of life in this expression, but we're talking about these like different realms here, these different dimensions. Okay, let's try to come back in, Pisces. Let's really wait. How do we do it? This way? Okay. So Spirit is also giving you information right now that's helping you understand something so that you can move forward on the path in a way that is creative. Not only opening your mind to some deeper like connections, because there's something here again where someone had been praying for something. I keep seeing it like for something real, for something steady, for something creative. It's like, and now, well, see, once you're ready, some of you are writers. Writing, communicating. It's that Gemini. You want to look at Gemini. Pisces, please look at Gemini in, like, wherever that is in your map. It could be Mercury too, but I feel like the Geminian aspect of it is something like, it's really significant. Or you're going in the motion of heaven, Pisces. Good. January, February, March. Now until your birthday. There's also something about that. And I do feel like you could have some kind of epiphany in this time frame also. So maybe some of you do want to just like write things down or notate them, or it could be ideas, epiphanies. It's kind of like when it comes to you, make sure you, something about notating it. Because it may be something that comes in so fast that like you don't quite understand it at first, and then when you go back you're like, it's so, you realize that your wishes have been granted. Fascinating. Alright, Aries, we're going to do 58, 58. Let's take a minute to chill. Rub your head. You love your head. No, that isn't what needs to be rubbed. Alright, Aries. So let's look for this Libra time. Oh, mind you, I feel because this is sort of for Libra season, looking at the opposing energy could be very helpful too, just to give another layer of what's going on with you. Let's see your message from Spirit. What's going on there through the Major Arcana? Oh, the Fool. Okay. Where's the Fool going? Okay, we have the Page of Earth. And the Empress. Wow, 2 majors. Hold on a second. Aries. Just a second. Okay. You know what? I've been sitting, like, I've been in the same position for like an hour. Or I've been doing the same exact thing for an hour. So I'm going to actually, like, I feel like we accomplished a lot right there. That was pretty solid. And because your energy represents this new, like the Fool, like, okay, I'm going to do something new. I want to give myself a second to, like, replenish my energy. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Happy opposite birthday, by the way. Okay, so there's a little bit about finances, I guess. This is technically the Knave of Money. So let's take it like that, because it's literally right there. I suppose you could look at maybe where you're a little foolish with money. Meaning, like, it could be something as small as, how am I seeing this? It's like where someone goes to get their grocery list and they don't, like, check. They get something that they already have. They get something that they already have. Which I suppose just gives more. And it's like, okay, well, I got that. I don't have to get that next time. But I suppose it depends on what you're trying to save your money for. Because Empress and Ways of Finances could be something where, like, some of you could be trying to create a home, or some of you are saving for your children for something, or, you know, I don't know, maybe there's, she feels like a bride right now, or like, you know, she's got fancy, this person's really, all these people are really dressed up, so maybe it's something where, like, well, I guess some of you could be foolish in the sense that you don't put money aside just for, how do I explain it? Oh, okay. If you're in a relationship with someone, then I feel like money may be a thing to discuss. Maybe people, oh, sorry, maybe people have, they could have the same perspective on it, but maybe that needs to be discussed in some kind of way. In ways of, like, what are, maybe it's a part of it is like, okay, what are our goals, right? We have the Empress, we get this Knave, we get this other character. But basically there's two main characters here, but it's kind of like whatever the we is. So it's kind of like a bigger goal, this Empress, because Empress can represent, like, a goal that takes many seasons to be able to have it become a physical reality. Then it would be kind of like checking. It's like checking in on with one another is a part of this, and making sure that things are on track. But I suppose it's also a good time to not take things, it would be wise if people aren't taking things personally. Because actually, one way it would be foolish is to reject help. It doesn't diminish your value. I feel like we talked about this recently, where, like, if someone wants to help you, it's not because they think you're weak. It's because they love you. Empress, right? Empress is someone that totally is enamored with you, and this is this is a person you care about deeply also. Hold on, I need some power. Just a minute. I like that we're multitasking in your reading. I'm not stressing about it. It's just you just sort of gotta do what you gotta do, you know? As you go along. Oopsie. Hey now, brown cow. There she blows. So, I feel like you need an extra card. No, we don't. Okay, hold on. Let me tune in. You have to wait until an Earth season for something. Maybe it's like, there's something about January, February, March also. That beginning quarter of the year. I guess this could also be a bit of October, November, December also. Like it works in these 3-month. Oh, maybe that's something that could be helpful for you to look at things is seasonally. Right? We're going from the equinox to the solstice. Then it's the solstice to the equinox, averagely speaking. So that could be something that maybe you want to check in financially. Maybe you want to check in with your children if you have them. It could be checking in with, I don't know, what you've been spending. Just to give relationships, it could just give some kind of guideline. Because I actually feel like some of you have a creative project that's really awesome. That it may be kind of hard to figure out. I don't know if it's like what the, because there's a next stage of something, and there are different ways to go about it. And actually, the Empress here is sort of off to the side, and these two masculine energies are looking at one another. So there's something about the feminine being, or rather, well, two people have to figure something out, or are figuring something out. I guess someone could be a little bit concerned about something, but I really don't feel like they have to be with this Empress. Right, the Empress is safe and loved and protected. She's royal. She is the embodiment of all the queens. She's kind and faithful, comfortable in herself, you know. They respect what they have. Do we say they're patient? Someone's willing to wait for something here. So I guess that could be, because I don't think this Fool is exactly rushing. But there may be something individual with this, because Fool is kind of like, I'm going to go do it on my own. Like, I'm going to make all the, you know, the Fool has to be, it's just them. So it's kind of like, but something's pushing. Okay, this was the message for you particularly, right? There's something behind you that's pushing you in a little bit of a way. Like, in helping you to figure out, like, so you don't sway. For some of you, there's this dog over here is getting my attention also. So if you connect to animal spirits at all, like maybe there's animals that are around that are helping you to understand something also. This is also asking you what you need. What do you need? And actually, do we say there's multiple ways to go about this? Like, Empress is very creative, so there really are, it's not just like there's just one option or two options. There could be 3 ways to go about it. Maybe with Empress there's time frames around this, so maybe you're looking at goals or new things that you'd like, that you're already creating with, or things you have not created with yet that you want to, whether you're building upon it or if it's brand new. It's like, I heard, put some of, I heard don't put some, put all of you, like, into that. And I would say that there's others here that are supporting the path, you know. But I heard the words not yet, so there could be things as you're going along where it's like, it's kind of like, okay, do we think, because this little page of earth is the one that's helping you. So there's something here where it's like the path has it's not a learning curve. It's like, oh, did you think about this? It's like really open-minded people here, where it's just like, oh, did you think about this or think about that? It's, because in that sense, then no one can really end up being foolish, because there's consideration to how now affects the future, right? And looking at that positively and comfortably and faithfully is really going to help. And particularly if you're a man, because this masculine energy here, like, I do feel like you're going towards your feminine counterpart with this Empress. I could also say that if whatever your established relationships are, this is also, how do I explain it? Well, someone's just not in a rush. They're excited and they're ready, but they're not in a rush. And so maybe just a little bit of fine-tuning with maybe some more of the practical nature could help. Maybe it's even just a part of going through your literal things and, like, being grateful for that which you have. You know, again, like your comfy clothes, your jewelry, where you live, your pillows, little things like this. Maybe recognizing the value of what you already have now and what you have accumulated, and maybe being able to see that in means of how to create finances, for instance. You know, like, I'm sure all of you collect something. Like, if you added it all up, you would be like, wow, this is this much. So that means you created that. You could do that again if you needed to. Does this make sense? That'll help you to, I heard, realize how the richness of, like, what's around you. And of course, your healthy, emotional, beautiful, those relationships have, you know, this is priceless energy, but that's also, you know, of great value. Alrighty then. We're going to take 20 seconds, Taurus, okay? Where's my tea? Oh, I forgot my tea. Hold on. Hi, Taurus. All right, so we have 3 cards. There is a suggestion, as this is sort of for Libra season, to look to your opposing energy or your mirror, the other side of you, which is Scorpio. If you want to go there, feel free. Okay, so we have a card that's from Spirit, purely out of the majors, a person that is of service, and 1 extra card for energy. Let's see, Taurus. Oh, Empress, beautiful. Aries had the Empress also. Let's see what she's looking at. Oh, the King of Clubs, so that's the Knight of Wands, beautiful. Or the King of Wands, excuse me. And then we have Knight of Wands. Taurus. Something's coming towards you pretty fast. There's great ability of observation here. Somebody's been waiting for something for a long time. Oh, someone's inspired. They're inspired by others, like, enthusiasm, but they're not they're not thrown off by other people's erraticism. Is that a word? When they're erratic. It's like someone's not letting someone affect some. I guess we said it. Okay. So Empress, this is kind of your card. This is your energy to an extent. So what is Spirit expressing? Spirit is saying that you have the talents, that you have the talents you need. And whenever you feel lost, just a minute. How do you prove yourself, like, oh man, this is a little complicated. Just a minute. Or rather, it's hard to explain. The scenario that I see here. Hold on. Okay, when you get confused, it isn't clear, the energy's too fast or something like that, this is when you want to go into Spirit. Go into your body. Cool the energy out, meaning don't move. And I heard, and ask Spirit what to do. Because I heard you don't have anything to prove. You know. I also see something like, which parent are you more like, your mom or your dad? And how are your parents similar? Interesting. Empress and the King of Wands is a pretty powerful, that's a pretty powerful combination. It's very creative. Honestly, there could be creative energy that's just flowing through you at this time. It's like has been building in a person. Now all of a sudden there's energy behind it that's moving. But I actually see a lot of it coming. Something's coming again towards you. And again, if that's something that you don't want it to be, then there's no issue with that. I see really clear boundaries here. I also see people on the same page. They're both looking the same way. The feminine is also letting the masculine lead, that's natural and good. That's the flow of it. I feel like sometimes someone tries to prove something, but when they do that, it just burns them out. Remember, the only thing you need to, if you want to prove yourself to somebody or to something, would be Spirit. It's not your ego. It's like to Spirit. Now we talked about, I feel like we talked about in that Jupiter retrograde energy is coming through, where it's like, what's the plan? Stay on track, right? So I guess Spirit and other people in your life are also really guiding forces in a way to help you. Because I almost feel like you're coming out as this Knight of Wands a little now too. Which goes to, I like this energy for you because this is definitely faster than your pace. Oh, this is an adjustment time for you also. Good. It's like, I heard you don't want to rush in any directions that are, But I feel like you're feeling more confident. You know what I mean? And maybe this is also looking to that which inspires you. Maybe there's a little bit of a journey energy also. Like there's definitely movement here. So I suppose there's a youthful energy behind you, but I want you to be more of this King of Wands than the Knight. Because the Knight is a little bit like, oh yeah, I have this energy, I'm going to fume, and all of a sudden it gets really distracted and it does something else. So you really want to keep on track. Remember, you want to keep on track here. Especially when you have the energy, do that. But then remember, you have to replenish, especially because you're Earth, and we're trying to work through this fire energy, okay? There's also some creative energy here that is just off the chain too. And I feel like for most of you, this is creating something new. It's not like scrapping something to create something new. It's getting out of, I heard, getting out of your way, getting out of your wheelhouse, in a little, like, maybe it's even viewing what you've been doing from a different point of view. And I would check in with your energy and where it's going. So actually, maybe some of you would be helpful to, because it's almost like someone's observing someone and they know that. And so they're trying in one way to be like, I heard I can do it. But I heard again, you don't have to, there's nothing that you need to like prove it. Somebody else had this, but I feel like these are also like two spirit energies. They're like larger. You're being asked to also be inspired by people who, be inspired by other people's enthusiasm. You know, like people are also, remember when you have this energy, when you're more light-hearted in a way, like brave, it's such a big deal because you're such a gentle spirit, right? You're like a gentle giant. So not when you get angry, but when you get like excitable, that shifts all the energy. And someone's waiting for you. Some of you need to put some creative thing out there. Maybe some advice would also be helpful for some of you. Or someone who has a little bit more experience in what you're trying to do could be helpful for you. Okay. Gemini, hi. We'll give it 10 seconds, okay? Hi. Okay. Feel free to watch your opposite Sagittarius, if you please, in this mirror time. All right, let's see. We have 3 cards. One's for spirit, message from spirit, a helper, and then we'll look at the third for good measure. What spirit want to tell you? Oh, the Pope. Okay, he's looking that way. Awesome. Where's he going? A Knight of Swords is what is helpful. Okay, what's the third one? 9 of Wands. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is you. This Knight of Swords. So you're helpful to you. I feel like now your mind is more clear, right? Your ruler is direct. I heard someone doesn't care what it meant. Meaning, well, yeah, whatever it meant. It doesn't, it's like it doesn't, hold on. Well, you completed something. I heard help me articulate, help me to understand. I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready for the next place. Help me to land. Huh. I like that you're not allowing frictional energy to bother you like other people's stress. I feel like you're not. Or that is suggested. Right, if we can't speak the truth, then I feel like this is hold on a second. If one dares not to offend, then they cannot be honest, right, Thomas Paine? It's like, but of course with you being ruled in Mercury, there's so much, you're so much about communication. Sometimes the way to, the biggest lesson about communication is that to not say anything at all, right? To speak, rather to speak your truth, or speak whatever needs to be spoken, and then it's like leave it alone, right? So we don't roll in the muck of like old drama or whatever, this Nine of Wands, right? Because I honestly see that this, for some of you, this could have been somebody who was trying to block you from your path, okay? Or maybe it was a distraction for some of you into what you were really meant to dedicate yourself to. And now I feel like where you are is, or who and what you were meant to dedicate yourself to. It's like you really were quite a journey. I mean, we're technically in September time, so I would say also this year, some of you have been through some stuff that was like a little bit heavy on the mind. You know what I mean? And like probably a little energetically draining. And I feel like for the last couple months, you've been feeling better about that, which is good. And now, again, there's clarity, right? Knight of Swords is all about problem solving and being really clear. They're very brave. They're not afraid to speak their mind. They're not afraid to ask advice. They definitely have like a purpose and a drive. And I see again someone's open to good counsel. Interesting. What is Spirit saying with the Pope here? Let's actually read. This deck's really old. Well, not really old. It's 1963. Well, I guess Pope kind of represents having occult power, right? Meaning like hidden power in a way. So maybe that's exactly what some of you actually came to find in yourself, as some kind of power again, right? I really feel like something was draining your energy, just draining your power, or draining your energy before. It might have just been a lesson you needed to learn. You know, I'm almost seeing like 9th, 10th house or something like that, like someone's MC. It was like, I see it was a lesson that just needed to be. And now, again, here we are. Someone's definitely going in the right direction. And who had Virgo? There's something about an approval also. You have a bit of that as well. Like there's an inquiry and then there's an approval. I could also say some of you are definitely, well, some of you are redefining what you are dedicating yourself to, or finally being definitive in something. Like something could become more serious with this Pope here, right? This is a lifelong dedication. You know, it takes a long time to get to these different stages, and then you get to the level, this level. And this is like a level that is like a plateau that can go for a really long time, and it's super steady. It can still grow, but here, even if you just stayed at this point as it is, it's really awesome. And someone definitely gains some faith here. And there's a very wise, very, very, very wise counsel. If you have any questions, very helpful. I also see your advice is very helpful. Whenever you give it, though, I heard you can be sassy or like straight, but I heard, remember the point of life is smile to make. Right? Okay. I guess we'll leave that like that. Alright, we're going to look at Cancer. Hi, Cancer. Yeah, we'll just start at 3131. We'll jump in with you. Okay. Oh, this is your square time. Alright, let's see your message from Spirit. Oh, the World. Somebody else had that. Did someone else have that? Not trying to compare you to somebody, you know, compare somebody to somebody else, but I'd like to see the connective points if we can, because that could be helpful in learning. Ah, yes. Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, you're opposite. Fascinating. Okay, so there is a suggestion to look at your opposing energy or your mirror. So Capricorn also had the World. So I feel like this energy will, you were the first one to have it mirror like that. Mirror on the wall, right? So World. Let's see who's of service here. Queen of Wands. Cancer. And the Judgment card. Pisces also had the Judgment, so we have Capricorn and Pisces. Okay, just a minute. Okay, we're talking to Cancerian energy, right? I see no use looking back on what has already been completed. I'm feeling Sagittarian energy here. Like coulda, woulda, shouldas won't do anybody any good. Okay? I guess we just need to see that. It's the face that's in this World card. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Can you see it? Nope. Well, let's actually see what closed out for you. All right, we don't need another card, so let's just look at it. We have to work with the way everybody else did it. We have to do that way too. So I suppose there's something about this time about not going against the grain, right? And whatever you're going through or working through, I heard you don't need to be so concerned about it. No, High Priestess. Hold on, Cancer. This energy is kind of trippy. What's important here is this present moment. That's the biggest deal. What you focus on is what becomes the reality. Okay? I also see if you're a kind of person that watches the news or involves yourself in worldly information in this sort of way, I don't feel like that's very helpful for you. I heard we're not talking about not being informed about things or aware, but there's always cycles to everything, right? Every good, every difficult, every traumatic, every amazing, those have all happened throughout time over and over and over. There's these bigger cycles, there's these little circles in between. It's not... So how can one be in this moment and view that as something that, like, right now is a brand new... It's kind of like today's a new day. You know what I mean? Like, it's a new hour. Like, and if you want to become a new you for some reason, I really feel like some of you could be feeling a lot better. I heard as long as you're not hanging out in the shadow of the past. Okay. So the helpful person is a fire person. So Aries, Leo, Sag is helpful. This is also a very creative, confident person regardless. It could be someone who has long hair. It's definitely someone who has a strong level of faith. They've changed many times also. Like their confidence didn't, I heard they didn't just, what's that? That T-Rex song is just like, you know, I came out of the womb dancing. It's just like, not everybody has that kind of confidence. This is the kind of confidence that's built over time, but they also find, like, the challenging things really inspiring. You know, it's kind of like, oh, that's going on? All right, got it. It's like, how do I want to make a decision about this? Well, all right, let me think on that. Let me sleep on that. This is more of an observational energy than a judgmental energy also. Because someone could be asking themselves, like, well, why can't I do that? Or maybe there's a part of I can't do that. If that's in there, I feel like that needs a little bit of a shifting of mentality. You could go to Pisces for that one. There could also be a lot of inspiration that came from, or that comes from, okay, you know when we were sleeping and then we wake up? Whenever you woke up, go back to that time. When you realize some, like, huge truth about whatever it may be, this huge truth that you just came to, again, whenever you woke up, go back to that place, right? When you gain this kind of awareness, because there's a great awareness, and I would say because this is coming out now, there could be something about that now where maybe there's another reawakening, or something that's opening up that's helping a person to feel more confident and understand that, again, there are these bigger cycles and these little cycles. And wherever you are, again, being like, hey, this is a new day, new dawn, right? New life for me. And maybe some of you need to say that to yourself. I mean, with World and Judgment, there could have been something big for some of you that... in ways of closing out certain cycles, that really is opening up a new world to you, you know, and I wouldn't say that this is a time to jump into any major decisions and ways of future, like, exactly. It's more of, again, this observational energy of what is possible, and kind of practicing a bit of this present energy as you're moving through, I heard, the portal. I also see Aries. I also see Aries here. Okay. Last but not least, Leo. Hi, Leo. Can we take like 20 seconds? Be right back. All right, I'm back. What's your message from Spirit or your higher self? Oh, Star card. Awesome. Aquarius energy. So this is your opposite energy, if you will. There is a suggestion in this Libra time, as all air is dual, to look to your opposite sign, Aquarius, and that may give you a little extra information. So Star, that's a big deal, Leo. Let's see who's of service to you. The Queen of Money. And what's your extra one? Hold on a minute. Who had that? Libra. Oh, that's a sextile to you. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, this is what you've already completed. Okay, so this is a while ago. Hold on a minute. Well, you've been gaining a new perspective about something, right? And I definitely see a lot of healing here. I see a lot of blessings here also. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Oh, all the air. The air trine. Air trine. If you're aware of this, this in your map is being highlighted and becoming more lucrative for you. I guess the more you communicate your talents and what you're wanting to create, and like putting your wishes and desires out there, whether this is for things in the physical world or that just in you soulfully, ways of healing emotionally, whatever. It's like you're combining all, because you are fire. Because you are who you are. It's like all the other elements are now here to combine into something. Just a minute. Oh, so in some ways your wishes have already come true? Like they've become a part of you. I'm seeing Aries energy in this. It's like Emperor energy. So hold on a minute. So this is again about who you are. I heard I know who I am. I know who I am. Whatever is meant to be yours, like, I feel like you'll just know. Yours is an interesting thing. How do I explain this? This is getting a little tricky. I wish I could smoke a cigarette inside, but I can't. Hold on. Well, let's go back into it. Excuse me. We have the Star and the Queen of Money, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is something really amazing having to do with your job. Let's start with that. I know some of you are retired here, but let's go with what I see first. It's like, because you were given some kind of talent, or again, some kind of wish came true. It was something that you didn't even have to try that hard for either. It's, I mean, I guess because the stars aligned in some kind of way, it's like people were in the right places at the right times, but that's also because they also were wherever they were for a certain amount of time, and let go of some kind of fear of, someone let go of control, I guess is what happened previously. And that granted someone an opportunity to move forward with less heaviness. You know what I mean? They were like walking into the situation lighter and brighter and more like vulnerable perhaps, or trusting. Also see for some of you, there's definitely like a female energy that just loves you so much. Technically the Star, if we're going to look at this as Aquarius, is also a man in the constellations. So there's just a lot of, this is kind of a big blessing. Because it's almost, we said that your dreams came true, right? It's almost like they could come true again. Maybe some of you need to go over what your dreams are now, what your wishes are now. And actually, I see for some of you, there's financial support with that if you're needing it or wanting it. This doesn't have to be exactly in this month, because we have this, this star energy is about, to me, it's farther reaching. Maybe there's something about the stars that, in the alignment of them, that will help you to understand more of oh, this is almost like an orrery chart, or like that's a chart of timing via the stars. Hold on a second. Oh, someone's preparing preparing for something to arrive. Excuse me. It's like they're cleaning up, they're putting things in the right places, they're realizing, they're checking in, being like, okay, do I need these? This also connects back to, hold on a second. What year did I work at the Salvation Army? Hold on. (2016). Maybe it's a wish you made back then. I heard sometimes we don't realize the path until we walk upon it. When we said that, it was like all the little extra noises, everything just went quiet. It's like something became really centered. Cool. Didn't we talk about this with the Jupiter? It's like you weren't trying to look for an answer. You were just being, right? Now, of course, there's still things to be done. I mean, if you want this Queen of Money and the Star, you know, if that's a part of life, if you need something financially, you can make that happen. You know, Capricorn is one of your, or Saturn energy in the material world is one of your adjustment points. So looking at that is a good thing. I mean, to me, most Leos aren't afraid of money. But figuring out what's important to you is going to help a lot too. And I do feel like there's some kind of amazing offer. And it's because a person changed something. They had to go through something with Scorpio to get to Aquarius. That's a square, right? Oh, and you're a Leo. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So what you know in your soul, it's like... And that's why you're also meant to be creative, because you're creating your world even when you're not trying to. Does that make sense? Actually, the innocent creation is a big part of life's creation, but you can also be intentional. But I sense generally with the intentional creation, it's something that you take steps in that, but that has to, maybe that's part of the lesson, is that has to also do with others. And I heard, I know I have what I need. I know that when I have not had, I received. This is also a birthday wish. And I do see the beginning of the year, like January, February. There's some kind of exchange too, or like some kind of, like someone being like, okay, I have this to give. And I guess to receive whatever this situation is, and I do feel like this is going to span, again, it's farther reaching. Whatever this blessing is something that's pretty big. So that's why you also had to shed some of whatever this death card Scorpio energy was before. And this could have been for some of you physical things as well as like fear, you know, or whatever, that which wasn't suiting to your soul anymore. So you want to be, again, open to it, so it's right, so it's lighter, because it already is. It's just, someone here is very multifaceted also. Very intelligent. They're different when their hair's down versus when it's up too. I guess this is kind of like serious in play also. Interesting. I would definitely, your Aquarius house is very much highlighted, and I do feel like it's becoming stronger there. It's like air and earth. Remember, your air trine's really highlighted. All right, that's that. I hope this was helpful. I love you, Leo. The last one always gets the last bits. Yeah, I hope this time's good for you. It's actually perfect for Leo, because Leo and Libra are always good friends. That energy goes together really well. It's a sextile, right? 60 degrees. So your heart and your relationships and loving, happy, healthy, inspiring relationships. That's what you want, right? And I do feel like a little bit of your, I don't know if it's like, there could be a little bit of how you perceive money, or It's like money and spirit. The spirit of money. Do you think money has spirit in it? I mean, I bet the metal coins did. I don't think plastic does. All right. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you next time. And thank you for all your lovely support.